Hey y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and Senator Kennedy absolutely torches these witnesses for their terrible statements on abortion.
If there were a bill that said that a woman has an unfettered right to abort an unborn baby for any reason up to the moment of birth, would you vote yes or would you vote no?
Senator Kennedy, I refuse to be shackled by your question. What I have answered is that there are conditions that
You don't
occur
know
during
whether you would
pregnancy.
vote yes or no?
There are conditions during pregnancy that mean after 10 weeks,
No, I said
14 weeks,
I said
20
unfettered
weeks,
discretion.
24 weeks,
You would
conditions such
would
as Ms.
support.
Zarowski.
You're here
and
advocating.
I would support her life.
I
would
understand,
support
would
her
too,
personhood.
But you're advocating a law.
I support her personhood.
You're advocating a law that says that an unborn baby can be aborted up to the moment of birth for any reason, are you not?
Let me clarify what the 14th Amendment says in the first sentence, that citizens of this United States are individuals that are born. That is what our Constitution says.
But
Do
why
you
won't you
support our
answer my
Constitution?
question?
Lady, this isn't about the Constitution, all right? We let the Supreme Court decide that. That's the whole point of that branch of government. If she were, better educated, she'd know that. Instead, why don't you focus on just, answering the question?
Professor, I'm not trying to argue. I just want to understand what your position is, and I think you're afraid to say that you do support that. If you do support it, I think you, just for the purpose of an intellectual discussion, you ought to just say so.
For purposes of an intellectual discussion, I'm happy to have that with you. But
Well,
that's
then
not the tone.
could you answer my question? Do you support, please? I mean, you teach. Okay, I'm sure you've had students ask this question. Do you support making it legal to abort an unborn baby for any reason, up to the moment before birth?
Senator, let's have that intellectual discussion that you want.
We could start if you'd answer my question. I can't go to my next question until you answer that question.
I want you to be able to go to your second
good.
and your third
Answer it for
questions.
me.
I do. But as I have explained, there are many different conditions.
No, I said
during
unfettered
a
discretion, no conditions. I'm making it easy for you.
Maybe you shouldn't make it easy for her, because that's... The fact that she can't answer that question already tells me her opinion, tells me that her mind's fundamentally broken, that she has no real moral scruples, and she will do anything and say anything to protect her warped mentality.
Well, I've already shared with you, Senator, that I
get
support
it.
women's
I don't want to use all my time. You're not going to
and I
answer
support
it,
Ms.
and that is your
Zarowski's
right. But I
personhood.
would respect you more if you just say, "Here's
I'm
my
sorry
answer."
that you don't respect
I
me
do
very
respect
much.
you, but I said I'd respect you more if you just answer my question. Doctor, tell me how to say your last name. Ms. Dr. Rubenhorst, do you support a law that would allow, for any reason, unfettered discretion, the abortion of an unborn child up until the moment of birth?
No.
You don't. Dr. Verma?
Senator Kennedy, so I'm the one doctor in this room that does provide abortion care, and I can tell you that does not reflect the reality of
No,
abortion
I
care.
understand. I'm just asking a question.
It simply doesn't
But do you
happen.
support it? There are bills before Congress that will allow that to happen.
That's
You don't support it, or are you going to be not
again,
answer
as
my
the-
question?
As the doctor in this room who does provide abortion care, that is not how abortion care in this country works. It's a hypothetical that does a disservice
But if a
to our
patient came to you
patient.
and said, I'm going to probably have a baby this week and I've changed my mind, and I would like you, doctor, to abort the child, would you do it?
That is not how abortion care in
But
this
if
country
a
works.
patient did, would you do it?
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What matters is the question. This is a hypothetical. You're clearly smart enough and articulate enough to deal with it. Just answer the dang question.
My job as a doctor is to look at each individual situation.
I mean,
but
I'm
have
sorry, I don't
never-
mean to be rude, but I can tell neither you nor the professor will answer my question.
I
And I
have
think
nev-
you both have an opinion, and I don't understand why you won't share it.
I
We're
have
going to solve this
provided-
problem.
I've
Doctor-
provided care for a
doctor,
few
how
years,
about
and I've
you?
never
Could you-
seen that situation.
How about you, Doc? Would you?
Do not support unfettered abortion. And I would like to point out that if a woman did have a life-threatening condition in pregnancy past approximately 22 weeks, that baby can be delivered alive by induction or C-section, and we can try to save that baby. The intent of abortion is a dead baby, and that is not necessary in that situation.
You know, I do get a little bit more heated on this issue because abortion is, in my opinion, exactly what this last lady said at the end. It is the death of a human baby. And that's morally abhorrent on its surface, under its surface, all the way down from the top to the tail of the iceberg. And the fact that these people refuse to not only engage with Senator Kennedy's question, which is a simple question: would you perform the abortion if certain guidelines were met? And they don't want to say yes. And they definitely don't want to say no for some reason. The people who say yes will basically admit to being monsters. And you know what? I'd actually respect that. If you sort of own up to the terrible person that you really are, I can kind of respect that. But if you say no, then you're admitting that abortion does have some huge moral flaws now, doesn't it? And so they can't answer the question. They will do anything to deflect because they don't want the truth getting in the way of their narratives. In other words, the truth is triggering to them. And if you want to trigger a liberal in your life, go to my friends over at basebuy.shop, link in the description below, and show the world just how conservative you really are. And look, I am not the kind of person to go out there and say you're evil for performing and you're evil for having an abortion. No. That's not fair. It's a terrible, terrible choice that a person makes. A choice that only a woman can make, by the way. What is a woman? But I'm getting off in the weeds, and I apologize for that. But it's a terrible decision, and it's not something that should be judged. That's why crisis pregnancy centers, that's why the last lady in this video shows up. Crisis pregnancy centers are there to help people. That is their fundamental goal, and it's a wonderful thing to support. And it's why I can't support abortion. And it's also why liberals will attack crisis pregnancy centers. There's another video I did a couple of weeks ago about that, and it's also just as abhorrent. But remember, it's a terrible choice, and if you're facing it, there is hope. Crisis pregnancy centers will help you. And that's all I have to say about that. Folks, thanks for watching. My name is Brian. That's all I've got for you here on Politbrawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Until then, y'all have a good one.